What is going on, guys? It is your boy Eros with AOV Gaming. Today we're going to be going over a game called Manor Lords. Now, for those of you that don't know what this game is, this is a real-time based strategy game that involves whether AI, which is bandits or another king or queen that can attack your province area, as well as the happiness of your citizens. Now, it is very important to keep in mind that with the weather, it does have an effect on the game, and it does affect how your citizens are. You can run out of fuel and you can run out of food depending on how you play this game. Now, hopefully, this beginning tips and tricks helps, but we'll see how that goes down the road. Now, the main thing that you want to look at is you want to look at your resources. You want to look for your wild animals and you want to look for your berry deposit. Both these two resources are very important in the beginning. Do not forget to put people in these resource lodges once you build them. Then you go up here and look at your food and your fuel. These are two important things as well. This is what allows you to have happiness in your community, and you'll get notified whether or not you're the one or the other right here, or you could just look at it back and forth there. So to begin with this, we're going to go ahead and we're going to build our hunting camp down, and we're going to slap it right here. Now be careful going over to the red. It does say that overlaps animal habitat will cause migration. You do not want that to happen. That will then make it harder for you to progress later on in this game, because you will take away some of your resources, which I must just put it on there. It does not matter how these are placed or what they look like. If you are like me and you tend to have slight OCD with it, I do tend to try to make my resources look similar. Alright, that's what I wanted. In the direction of where they are. Now, roads are the same as oh, it's too steep. Can't build it there. Okay. So that's another thing to keep in mind, is if whether or not things are too steep or not too steep. So I'm going to just place it right here by the hunting camp and go from there. If I can actually place it down. Alright, cool. So I didn't affect my animals and I did not affect my berry deposit. And these are both going to be priority high resources that you want to grab. Gonna go ahead and connect this to the road, and then drop it down here with that road. Now I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna build a road around my hitching post once I locate it, which is gonna be this right here. And this is just gonna be kind of like the center point of my village. Now, because there is a road already over here, I can come over here and I can kind of bend the road to my will, as bad as it sounds, and connect it just like so. That way, that one connecting point to those, and then I don't have to worry about it. Now, the next thing you want to look at is your wood resources, and you want to come in here and build a logger's camp. Now, luckily, I'm right on the edge of the King's Road, so I can just plop it down anywhere in here, really. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to plop it right here, as long as it allows me, which it's not going to because it's too steep. So I'm going to plop it right here. Sadly, I'm losing some of my construction because of it, but that's okay. I'm going to come in after that and I'm going to build my wood cutter. These are important as well to have, based on the fact that the woodcutter provides you with fuel, and the logger provides you with the timber. Now, the next aspect you want to look at is you want to look at building a marketplace. And I say this because once you put people in your hunting camp, which I need to do now, one thing I did not cover with the hunting camp is that you want this hunting limit to be half of what's available for your wild animals. I have a total of 37 to 40 wild animals available, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make this a total of 20. That way it's half of it, but I'm not completely wiping out my available resources. Now, my forge hut is still being constructed, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. But once that's done, I'll put a person in there. One tip I do recommend is trying to keep 2 people available for unassigned to help with construction. It does make construction go by faster, but it doesn't necessarily need to happen. Alright, so now that we got that done, we're going to come in here and we're going to start looking at building our marketplace, our market square. This camp will eventually go away once it goes and it continues on later down in the game. So I'm going to start building my market square over here. Now you don't need a road to be connected to it. I just build a road around it. That way I have a relatively general good idea of where my things are. And I want it away from a lot of my timber resources, so I'm not destroying trees as I go and not interfering with my berries or my wild animals. Another thing you want to keep in mind is when you go to residential, you want to make sure the area that you select is like how I have water. This is going to be vital for when you actually build your community around this area. So now I'm going to come here, I'm going to go up, and I'm going to come over, and I'm going to come down. That's only 1, so I want to at least be able to have 2 or 3 in this section here. So I got 2 and 3 right there. That's perfect. Come over here, do the same thing. I want to be able to have about 2 or 3 available. Got 2 or 3 available right there. Perfect. Now, is this going to be enough for now? Possibly. Is it going to be enough for later? Possibly. We will find out. You don't need a huge market square area, because if you have it too big, you will then take away the ability of having everything reach where you need it to. So now that I got that built area, or that area built, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go to logistics. When you place down the granary and when you place down your storehouse, it doesn't necessarily matter when you place them down. I recommend placing them down in the beginning so that your AI can actually come and take the supplies and start putting them in. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this real quick just so we can kind of get a majority of these, rest of these things built. And then we can come in and I can drop in a couple houses and we'll end the video there for you guys. As you can see, they're already putting a food stall there, so we'll have at least another 2 market stalls available, and then we have another 3 over here. So it should be enough for everything that's needed. Now, the reason this is important for the marketplace is because when you come into industry, you're going to need your weaver's workshop, and then when you come back over to residential, you're going to need your tavern and your chapel in the area for the houses to be built. Right now, I don't have any timber because my logging camp is being built, but now I just threw a person in it. So hopefully that can get that up and going. Let's see. I need to get these into the granary. So I'm going to put a person in the granary, and then I'm going to go ahead and drop a person into the storehouse just so I can get these materials off the way. And for now, I'm going to go ahead and end the video there. I do hope that this video was somewhat helpful. If it was, please like, comment, and subscribe down below. Just letting me know whether or not this was helpful and if there's anything that I can do to make these videos better. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will catch you guys later.